It's Ashley here, and we are going to be doing a fantasy draft. Um, if I can figure out how to how to get the fantasy draft, I have yet to do a fantasy draft in Madden 20 so far. Yeah, that's definitely not where we're starting. Let's see. Business. I'm sure that there is a fantasy draft for Madden 20. Um, let's see. Wouldn't be here, I don't think. It would have to be franchise. Maybe it's got to be offline. Create a new franchise. Um, Preseason roster. If this takes it back, then we're going to change what we're doing. Yeah, so I guess we're going to go with the Niners here. I'm going to see if I can get... not that. Career clock. Oh, okay. Injuries, practice on superstar abilities, coach hiring, trade type. Alright, so it appears that for some reason I don't see where, I'm not seeing where the fantasy draft would be for this. I thought I had seen fantasy draft videos done for Madden 20. Perhaps it was Madden 19 though, unless it's through starting point. Oh, fantasy draft. Okay, there we go. Um, I'll go with Shanahan, and we're gonna do a fantasy draft. As I said, we're gonna be the 49ers just because that's my team, and we're gonna go ahead and start our fantasy draft. Don't know what pick we got. We got 31. Wow. Not doing us any favors there, but let's see what quarterbacks there are. We're only going a year for this, so um, I mean, don't need a great quarterback. Who's been drafted at quarterback? There's not been any quarterbacks taken. Is that what it's saying? I'm gonna pause that. I want to see. I want to see if there's a way to see who's been drafted so far. Specific teams. Alright, so Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Ramsey, OBJ. I just don't want to take a quarterback too late. I think I'm going to go ahead and skip on the quarterback for round one. And we're going to make our selection. I think I'm going to have to go Julio. We reached a little bit, it says, but I'm happy I took Julio. Here's my next pick. I'm now thinking we should go with the quarterback. not put that off too much longer. I'm going to go ahead and grab Russell Wilson. I know it's a little bit of a reach, but you got to take who you can get. I'm going to go ahead, take an offensive lineman and Zach Martin maybe. Um, and if there's Run CMC, might have to do that one actually. Tight end. So it looks like Kittle's been taken. Could take Calais Campbell. DT, it might be a little early to take one. Outside linebackers. Levante David. There in the middle. There's an option. Telvin Smith. Chandler Jones. Fernando Davis. Josh Norman, Akeem Talib. Kevin Byard. I think I want to get Run CMC though. We got him. It was a good pick, and now it's time to get the next one. And man, Zach Martin's still there. I'm tempted. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I know he's an O-line, but just could not pass him up. I'm gonna go Travis Frederick here because offensive line looking pretty good now. And I mean, defense, we haven't taken anyone. I'm gonna take Malcolm Jenkins. Fits the need. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and now Geno Atkins, Superstar X Factor. 31 years old, but we're only going 1 year, and it gives us an X Factor player. Let's see what else I can do. I haven't taken a quarterback yet. I should probably do that. I mean, I can just take Brissett, I guess, at this point. I mean, Stafford, not going to win us a ring, obviously. Nick Foles could, but I don't know if I want to use the pick on him. Flacco, former Super Bowl winner, but he hasn't played in like anything decent in 4 years. You know, he sucks. Kyler Murray, I mean, he's a Cardinal, and we all know what the Cardinals do. Sorry to any Cardinals fans, but look at your past. Well, since pretty much you've been in the league. Anyway, now that I've triggered the Cardinals fans, let's just go on and have some fun in this game. Man, I could take another good running back too if I wanted to. Who's that tight end? I mean, Delaney Walker's pretty good. I'm gonna grab him. There's Ultimate X Factor. Do we have any X Factors at tight end here? I don't think we do. I think there's Zach Ertz, George Kittle. There's one other X Factor, I believe, at tight end. I don't remember who. I know that the likelihood is as we go further and further down, they're less likely to have them. So I guess since I don't think that we have them available to draft, we're going to grab Delaney Walker. I know it says it's a bit of a reach, but 92 overall. And we did need a tight end. You know, we only had one. Um, so personally, I find it to be a decent move. It's not going to hurt us any. I kind of like Ali Marpet, but um, I want to grab another wide receiver before we don't have the players that I'd like. Because Goodwin's already been taken at this point. I can't just go get Marquise Goodwin or someone like that who's got, you know, Olympic speed. Um, and, I mean, here's Calvin Ridley. Not a bad player at all, 93 speed. Not the fastest guy in the world. Even Dez is gone. It's weird. What's D-Jack's speed? 93. Sanders, 89 speed. Taylor Gabriel, 94. Let's go to Sean. Don't know if you heard that pop, but that was my niece, in case you guys were curious. But that's because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I'm not going to get too much into that, but if you want to look it up, I have a chronic illness, and that's what it is. If you guys would like to know more about it, feel free to ask, and I'll talk about it at some point, but I don't want to bore you guys or anything like that. Plus, at the same time, I'm here to play Madden, and so that's what I'm gonna do. DeMar Dotson, or Marcus Gilbert, I mean, both are pretty good. Need both positions, too. This guy's who I want. And I know, I've taken a lot of O-line, okay? Trust me, I'm aware. But also be aware that I have some idea as to what I'm doing. I mean, maybe I'm not getting some of the bigger name players, but I'm getting what I want and what I need. I want to know line. My defense, I feel like, especially if I'm out there controlling the team, I'm pretty much, I got what I need. I got two decent corners, 80 plus, that's what I want, and I have a good safety on one side. I mean, I would like another safety, so that's what I'm going for here is free safety. I mean, look at that, I can get Eric Weddle. It says it's a reach, but Weddle plays like a Pro Bowler, and I'm fine taking Weddle. I'm going to go ahead now, snag DeMario Davis, right outside linebacker. I know he's getting up there in age. Let's grab Cameron Wake, though. Have decent linebackers, you know. We're going to grab a middle linebacker now. Okay, no, we're not. Um, we're going to grab another corner. And it's going to be Trey Waynes. Let's see, what else can I do? I'm probably going to draft the first, like, 22 rounds or so. Um, somewhere around there. And then I'll let you, or I'll send it from there. Just because 22, that gives me 11 offense, 11 defense. After that, it's just pretty much the bench. So, um, yeah. I want someone who's going to get to the quarterback. I'm going to take this player, Henry Anderson, scheme fit, 79 overall. Um, you know, uh, defensive tackle. What can we grab? Nothing too great. Middle linebacker. Let's get Jared Davis, I guess. Scheme fit. Or Gerard Davis. Scheme fit. I think that's pretty much the best thing I can say about him, but... Oh crap, I didn't even get first setup. Messed that one up. I guess since it's come down to these folks, I'm gonna choose Nick Mullins. I guess, oh, there it is. I guess from here I'll just the uh, let the computer decide who I'm going to be drafting. Hopefully I got some decent players. I'm guessing I'm going to get another decent running back. Just because I have Shanahan. Now how much coach, like who your coach is, factors into who they draft, but yeah, Shanahan likes our likes to grab running backs, so just got roster reshuffle there. New PS4 Madden achievement. On offense, we're at 97, really, really high there. 87 overall, but our defense is an 83, so we're going to work on that a little bit as the year goes on. Our lowest tackle is an 80, or a 71 right tackle, but offense we have quarterback Russell Wilson. That's right, I forgot I took Wilson, that's right. So I guess I didn't need Nick Mullins, but that's all good. We got X Factor from Wilson, one from Christian McCaffrey, Julio Jones. Yeah, we got Delaney Walker there at tight end. Hello, whoever just joined my live stream. How are you today? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Defensively, we didn't really get too many studs. We got Jenkins over there. We got Eric Weddle. Demario Davis. We got Geno Atkins there as our superstar X Factor DT. Um, but I mean, I like this roster, and since as I said, it is a rebuild, we can't just have a fantasy roster, and, or fantasy draft and say, oh, we rebuilt the team. No, that's not how this is going to work. What we're going to do from here is we're going to go ahead, we're going to add this time, since we already have chosen some of the players we want. Instead of giving 10 minutes like I normally do, I'm going to go ahead and change the time to 6 minutes. Alright? So we're going to do a 6-minute draft starting now. Don't know anyone who's in the free agents, so I'm going to start there. Ty Montgomery is the um, best player there, so I mean, I don't want to go into that. We're going to go ahead, try and the other thing that makes this a little bit difficult, you don't know where anyone plays anymore. As far as I know, the player I want could be on the Cardinals, but no, it's not, or he's not. Um, right now I'm looking for Calais Campbell, but like I said, I don't know, there's no way for you to know um, what team Calais Campbell's on, so that's what's going to make this a little bit difficult, a little bit more interesting. Is that him? Did I pass him? There he is. Calais Campbell. Thankfully. Alright, found him in just about a minute. We're going to try offering... Is that too much for him? Okay. Okay, no, it's not. Let's see if I give him the 3rd round pick too. Because we don't have a second, because that was going for Jimmy Garoppolo. Man, the Bengals don't want to get rid of Calais Campbell. They need a quarterback, though. Maybe Nick Mullins. How's that now? Okay, cool. DT. Don't want to give them Geno, but I mean, Xavier Williams, I could give them. But, yeah, they're not interested. So, we're going to go ahead and try and find some other defensive player that we should maybe, can we get Cam Jordan? That would be an interesting one. I haven't used him. Man, they don't want to trade Cam Jordan, I guess. I mean, he's over 30 years old. I thought maybe they'd bite since he's, not the youngest player, but let's see if I can get Bennett. Okay, I'll be able to get Bennett. Let's offer a 1st and a 3rd for Michael Bennett. It's going to take one more, so let's offer us 7 for next year. That's not quite enough. I'll try like a 5th next year. Oh shit. Shoot. There we go. One trade done. We just added Michael Bennett, not Michael Brockers. Brockers wouldn't be bad. I don't know what team he's on. No. Takaris McKinley, don't think we'll be able to get him. Jarrell Casey, maybe we could grab him if I offer 1st and 2nd round picks this year, and the 4th. That's not going to do it, I'm guessing. Who can I offer free safety at best? No. Corners. Trey Waynes. And Trey Waynes, 4th round pick this year, 1st round pick next year. No? Okay. Well, I guess you're not going to be on the team, Jarrell Casey, because they want an arm and a leg for you, so. Cameron Hayward. Got really close. Let's see, I need a center. Do I have a decent backup one? No. Corner. Waynes. No. Middle linebacker. And we gotta stop. The timer just hit. We don't get to bring in a right end. Didn't get to trade for too many people because, like I said, we didn't know where they were. We went with a little bit of a shorter time due to the fact that I already got a lot of the players I want. I mean, to have Wilson, Christian McCaffrey, and Julio Jones on a team, we all know that's not how you start the year. So I looked at that fantasy draft as a little bit of putting together the roster, a little bit of making roster moves. So that's why I went with the shorter time. And this, now that we have all that underway, sending to the halfway point, see where we end up halfway through the year. I think that with this team, I don't really know how the other teams drafted, but so it's hard to say how where we're gonna be in the middle of the season. But I think with a team like we have, we should probably be no more than 2 or 3 losses. I would be definitely surprised if that ends up being the case. I'm just glad that I did indeed get myself a quarterback because I honestly just thought that I had forgotten. And I thought Nick Mullins was going to be the quarterback for the team. Alright, so almost to week 7. Don't know why it's taking this long to get to week 8 halfway through the year, but we're gonna bear with it. It should almost be done simulating. Again, I don't think we're gonna be lower than 2 to 3 losses on the year. If we do, I'm gonna be have more than that. We're gonna be surprised, especially being an 87 overall. I think this is the highest rating I've had going into the year, but look at that. Week 8, we've lost. And if we go to the Cardinals 7-1, but for some reason us Niners second in the NFC West, 3-4, Rams 3-5, Seahawks 2-6. Don't know what's happening. I think I forgot to turn off injuries again, so I'm going to make sure that they're off. Yeah, they're on, so maybe that's why. Let's go look at our injuries to see if the reason why we're losing is due to injuries. I mean, two of our players did get injured, but I still feel like ultimately we shouldn't be 3-4 even with only two people getting injured. We do have some upgrades we can make, quite a bit it looks like, which is going to be good because these people here in the middle, the Jenkins, the Delaney Walkers, the Atkins, all of them, we need to get them, obviously we need to upgrade them some because 3-4 ain't gonna cut it, guys. That's not gonna get us into the playoffs. We're gonna simulate to the playoffs. Or maybe, actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and play the big moments for one game in the regular season. Maybe help our team get a win here against the Cardinals today. And maybe that'll help get us on the right track. Get us winning some games again. Maybe we'll sneak into the playoffs. Maybe all we need is to get things started with a little bit of a winning streak. I mean, this is going to be an interesting game. Two top-notch wide receivers, top-notch tight ends, Mike Evans, Julio Jones. It'll be an interesting one to see, and it looks like the Niners just tied it up, but I guess I'm playing this one. Didn't mean to hop in yet, but I'll help us out here. Don't like this camera view. Interception. Cool. Alright, Malcolm Jenkins and the Niners. Set to... Oh, I guess. Okay, never mind. We take a 14-7 lead, and let's see. I tried letting them finish out the half. They take it down 14-14, and 17-14 we take the lead back. The Cardinals have it. It's third down in the fourth quarter. We're going to skip this one. Josh Allen is their quarterback. They tied up the game. 3 minutes, 19 seconds, and there's a fourth down. Let's see if I can help the Niners here on third down and 6. And Julio Jones, first down and much more. Russell Wilson having himself a game, 19 of 30, over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's 20-17. Oh, they took a 24-20 lead with 1:37 left in the game. And sack Russell Wilson. I tried not to take that sack, but 2nd and 16. Why is my phone going off? Didn't start the timer again. But first down. Alright. First and 10. 45 seconds at the 42. Wilson scrambles. Picks up the first. Timeout. 38 seconds left. Russell Wilson needing one more 10-yard or more yard run to get his superstar X Factor. Throws it across his body as he was about to get hit. Does end up getting an incompletion instead of an interception, which is great. And Wilson taking off out of the pocket. Doesn't get the yards he needs. Calls a timeout. It's third down and 1. 23 seconds. We're at the 32-yard line. One timeout left. Wilson throws. Did he get his feet in bounds? He did. First down. Let's go. First down and goal at the 4. 17 seconds left. And the Niners have a chance to take the lead. Come on. Wilson running. He gets in. Touchdown. 27-24. Niners on top. They got to finish out on defense. I'm not helping. We close it out. We get the win. Niners take down the Arizona Cardinals after Julio Jones gets his feet in bounds, getting the Niners down to the 4. And Russell does it from there, scrambles into the end zone, and the Niners come away 27-24 and get the W. That was a good game. Niners now are 4-4 as the Cardinals fall to 7-2 and give them their second loss of the year, which will be big if we end up somehow forcing this to go into the tiebreakers. You know, if it ends up in a tie, that win's going to be a huge one. I think I only simulated 1 week, yeah. Well, after that week, Niners are 4-4, Cardinals 7-2, 3-5 are the Seahawks, or not the Seahawks and Rams. Seahawks are 3-6 actually. Well, the Rams are 3-5. We're gonna go ahead now and simulate to the playoffs, see what happens. We do have one more game against the Cardinals. If we do end up winning that one, then we win the tiebreaker no matter what. If we lose, then should a tiebreaker come up, it would go to who has the better division record. Since we would each have one game against each other. I'm not going to get into the whole list of the tiebreakers, but part of that's just because I don't think that it's going to come down to a tiebreaker. So far, I've only had 1 or 2 simulated seasons that ended in a tie, so as far as my record, in specific my team, you know. Alrighty, cool. So now it's week 17, and the simulation is just about over. We're gonna figure out what our record is. We did not make the playoffs. We finished with an 8-8 record. So, I mean, we won more than we lost on the second half of the schedule, but it appears to have made it into the NFC playoffs. You needed to have 11 wins. You had to be an 11-win team just to make the playoffs in the NFC. That is insane. We had the Cowboys, Packers, Bears, Redskins, Panthers, and Cardinals all 11-5 or better. Let's check out the stats for the year. Wilson just under 4,000 yards, had 37 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. When Mullins had 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Rushing wise, Christian McCaffrey, almost 1,100 yards and 5 touchdowns. Wilson, under 500 rushing yards, under 400 even, and only 1 rushing touchdown. Weird. Julio Jones over 1,000 yards receiving. The only receiver to do that. We had 2 over 700 yards, and 4 receivers or more with over 600. Julio had 11 touchdowns, 8 from Delaney Walker, 4 from Deshaun Jackson and Callaway. Demario Davis, 114 tackles for the team to lead the team. Tackles for loss goes to Geno Atkins with 14. Cameron Wake had 8 sacks, and Geno Atkins had 4.5. Would have liked to see a little bit more from him, but not terrible coming from the defensive tackle position. Demario Davis, Eric Weddle, and Jonathan Joseph each had 2 interceptions, with Cameron Wake and Malcolm Jenkins having 1. As far as forced fumbles go, we had 4, 2 from Weddle, 2 from Atkins. Any blocked kicks? We did not. We didn't. We did, however, have 1 safety from Geno Atkins. We did not have any defensive touchdowns. As far as yearly awards go, Matt Ryan for the Packers, 12-4 wins it. Lamar Jackson, 2nd. Patrick Mahomes, 3rd. Josh Allen, 4th. Russell Wilson made it at number 6. Mariota made it on the list. Kyler Murray made it with the Bills, almost like they traded quarterbacks. Jason Garrett made it as Coach of the Year, surprisingly. I mean, with 13-3 record, it's not too surprising. What's surprising about it, though, is that Jason Garrett made it. It should not have happened. Lamar Jackson, sorry to roast you like that, Cowboys fans, but, I mean, let's face it, you guys probably should replace Jason Garrett. There's our Offensive Player of the Years. Defensive Player of the Year candidates, Bobby Wagner wins it, Demario Davis 2nd. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dwayne Haskins from the Redskins still. Got drafted same team. Rodney Anderson, sorry. Number 5 from the Niners. Other than that, no one else. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we have no one from the Niners. Devin White wins it, of course. Best quarterback, Matt Ryan. Wilson at number 4. Best running back was Saquon with the Seattle Seahawks. And we have Christian McCaffrey at number 7. Wide receiver, we have Jarvis Landry, number 1. Julio Jones, number 2. I'm guessing no one else from the Niners. Yeah, Tyler Boyd, John Ross. D.D. Westbrook, Mike Evans. No one else. David DeCastro won Best O-line. Rodney Hudson, number 2. Zach Martin and Travis Frederick, 4 and 5. Best D-line, we have Aaron Donald. Um, no Niners players. Trey Flowers made the list. I accidentally moved on from that. Let's see. Where were we? Bobby Wagner was not. Okay, so that's where we are now. Bobby Wagner, best linebacker, goes to him in the NFC. Demario Davis, number 5. Cleo Mack made the list. Best DB, Eric Reed, Josh Jackson, haha, Clinton Dix. Best kicker, we don't really need to do because it's, well, a kicker. Um, you know. And time to advance to the Super Bowl. I have no idea who's going to make it to this Super Bowl, but let's see. It's going to be the Bears and the Chargers. All right. Um, was not expecting either of those teams, but um, let's see what happens when we advance. Who's going to win it? I don't know who's on either team. I'm going to say the Bears just because they're the NFC rep. Um, go ahead, Ted. Who do you think is going to win it? The Bears end up winning it. Comment who you think is going to win. Don't cheat, though, you know. Don't just go to the end of the video. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what happens with our rebuild. For some reason, now we're down to 81 overall, 77 defense. Did we really regress that much? Wow. Anyway, that's how this one wraps up. I'll see y'all next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to stay tuned for any other videos, you know, get notified. I'll see you next time. Bye.